Hey, what's good, everyone? It's Angel, and I am back on camera. Sorry, my 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 throat's been a little dry for most of the day, and my nose has been a little runny, so my voice is gonna might sound a little different at times. But it's my first time in a while being in front of the camera. I believe for like a present YouTube video. I know I did the day in the life videos for my WrestleMania trip, but those were videos recorded way back in like April. Um, Responsibilities, man. Being an adult caught up to me. Uh, a lot of my younger followers and subscribers and all that probably wish they were the same age as me, 20, about to be 21, but trust me, it ain't as easy as it seems. It really ain't. But so I'm gonna get into these predictions. From now on, I'm only gonna do predictions for Big Four pay per view since there's gonna be a lot of pay per views now. I think WWE says it's gonna be 19 pay per views each year. Ooh man, but so yeah, they got their work cut out for them in terms of booking good matches for every show. But I'm pretty sure not every show is gonna be good. But shit, we'll see. Um, So I'm only gonna do it for either Big Four pay per views or pay per views that I go to. But I'm going to the Royal Rumbles. So that's also a Big Four pay per view. I heard that starting with WrestleMania 33, they're gonna do this new format with their pay per views with their Big Four pay per views where they're gonna have an NXT takeover for that weekend, then that Big Four pay per view, and then the following Raw and SmackDown are all gonna take place in the same city, from what I've been seeing. It's going to start off with WrestleMania 33 because I've seen that not only is Raw the night after going to be in Orlando, but so is SmackDown the night 2 nights after. Um, so yeah, that's going to be something that they do for their Big Four pay-per-views now. So if you live in a somewhat big city, shit, you better hope you get one of them Big Fours. But on top of that, they also released the location for next year's Survivor Series. It's going to be the 30th Survivor Series. They revealed the location. It's going to be here in Houston, Texas, along with NXT TakeOver and Raw and SmackDown Live. But I don't know about Raw and SmackDown, but I definitely want to go to TakeOver and Survivor Series next year. Oh, man, that would be dope. Shit, hope it happens, but fuck, we'll see. Uh, So first, I'm gonna give my takeover Toronto predictions, but I'm not gonna give full detail into it, even though I will watch it. I'm not gonna get into like full details though, but I will touch up on one thing. All right, let's see. We got the final of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. You got the Authors of Pain going up against TM61. I'm gonna go with who should I go with? I'll go with TM61. Uh, Let's see, we got Bobby Roode and Ty Dillinger. Glorious. I'm gonna go with Bobby Roode on that one for sure. Um, the Revival versus DIY, man. Oh man, I've been wanting DIY to win it for a while now. You guys don't even know, but I honestly think this is it. After they lost that Takeover Brooklyn, I was like, man, if they get another shot, if they do happen to get another shot, I think they'll win it. And this is their next shot right here. And yeah, I think they're definitely gonna take the titles finally. Hopefully, man. I love Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, but I like Johnny Gargano a little more. Me personally. But next we got Asuka putting the NXT Women's Championship on the line against, get this, Mickie James. Dude, I marked out when I saw the announcement for that, man. Oh my god. But I've been hearing a rumor though that it was actually supposed to be Trish Stratus, and I kind of believe that since this is Toronto, that's where Trish is from. It was actually supposed to be Trish Stratus facing Asuka, and she agreed to it too. But then she got pregnant, and can't wrestle like that, man. People were saying that maybe AJ was pregnant during her match at WrestleMania 31, and that's why she was out of the match for most of the time. Like, she is not gonna take that risk. No, no woman with even half a brain would take that risk. But so yeah, even though I think Trish versus Asuka would be a badass match, uh, this is still good too, man. Mickey James, fuck. Uh, so I do think Asuka's gonna go over, and I do think Asuka would obviously go over if she went up against Trish Stratus as well. But man, this is big for her. Because Mickey James, in my opinion, one of the most underrated. I don't think she gets mentioned enough in terms of I don't think she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, but I think she deserves to be up there. But the thing is that she doesn't get mentioned enough to mentioned in that conversation enough. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, when you talk about who's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, I don't think it's Mickey James, but you got to at least put her name in that conversation, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with Asuka to go over on that one. And then we've got the NXT Championship, Samoa Joe and the champion, the king of strong styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, man. Nakamura. Maybe Samoa Joe comes up to the main roster afterwards. Maybe he'll go up against Brock Lesnar on the main roster. When I met him at Access earlier this year, I asked him, "Is there anybody on the main roster you'd like to work a feud with?" He said, "Oh yeah, bring me Brock, baby." I was like, "Damn, that would actually be pretty cool." And Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, man, fuck. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the Survivor Series part. Let's see, we've got. I knew it. I knew it was 5 teams on each side. I was like, is it 5-on-5 or 10-on-10? It's something to do with the number 5, but yeah, it's 5 teams on each side. A 10-on-10 Survivor Series tag team elimination match with the tag team divisions of Raw and SmackDown. So we've got the New Day, Sheamus and Cesaro, Lou Gallows, Carl Anderson, Enzo Amore, and Colin Cassidy. The Shining Stars. I forgot they even repackaged them. You got that side on the Raw side, and then you got SmackDown side, which is Heath Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, probably my favorite tag team in WWE right now, American Alpha, the Usos, and then Breezango. Oh man, this one, I think SmackDown's tag team division is gonna take that one. I think their team's gonna win, but 10-on-10, man, that's a lot, man. Fuck. You might as well throw in. Wait, let me try to think about this shit. I mean, fuck, you might as well throw in 10 more people into the match and shit. You've got an entire Royal Rumble right there. 10-on-10. There are gonna be 20 men. Well, I mean, 2 competing in the ring at each time, because it's a tag team style match, but 20 in total, in the ring area. Fuck. That's a lot of goddamn pressure, baby. For any of my people who play Destroy All Humans 2, you know what that's from. But anyway, I was thinking about the Shining Stars for a minute when I read their name. I have the WWE Reckless Intent CD. I played it the other day because I found it while cleaning out some of my shit, and I saw that Carlito had a theme on there that he never used, but it's by some Hispanic rapper, I suppose. But what's it called? I forgot the dude's name, but I don't think he's even that famous. But it's a song called "Quien Soy Yo," which in English translates to "Who I Am." And I listened to it, I'm like, damn, this is a pretty good theme. Carlito could have definitely rocked this theme. And I'm thinking, you know what? They might as well use this theme for whatever the Shining Stars' next gimmick will be when they repackage the beginning, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. Fuck, man. Shining Stars, they keep not going over, so they keep repackaging them. Meanwhile, Damian Sandow got over, but they release him. Whatever floats your boat, WWE. All right, next up we've got the Brian Kendrick putting the Cruiserweight Championship on the line against Kalisto. And it says here, if Kalisto wins the title and the Cruiserweight division, will go to SmackDown. Oh, man, I don't know. I was thinking that division should have been on SmackDown to begin with, but I don't think it's going to go to SmackDown, unfortunately. I would like for... Then again, I don't know, because if Zayn wins the title later on that, then he goes to Raw. Fuck it, I'll get into that later, but I'm going to say Kendrick retains. I'm going to say Brian Kendrick retains. Alright. Then we got the 5-on-5 women's match. So we got Raw's women. We got Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax, Alicia Fox, and Sasha Banks. I forgot Alicia Fox was even there. Uh, I mean, honestly, if Paige wasn't on suspension, I would probably put Paige in that match, but I don't know. And then we've got SmackDown's team. We got Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Naomi. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Raw's women's division wins this one. Yeah, damn. I don't feel too sick, but yeah, you might kind of notice it with the way my voice sounds and everything. Oh shit, it's kind of the way I'm talking too, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Raw's women's division on that one. Yeah, let's see, we've got the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz putting the title on the line against Sami Zayn. That was supposed to be Dolph Ziggler in Miz's spot, but Miz got a title shot on SmackDown's 900th episode, and he won. And so yeah, there's a stipulation for this one too, where if Zayn wins the title, will go to Raw. But I don't think so, because then you'll have two of the singles division titles. I mean, I know the cruiserweight is a singles division too, but and it's not like a world championship title, but the cruiserweights is only for the cruiserweights, whereas there's no weight class for the Intercontinental or U.S. title. So I'm like, you'll have those two titles on the same show. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm going to say the Miz retains. Then we've got the 5-on-5, the big one, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match with the male superstars. We got Raw's team of Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Seth Rollins. And Team SmackDown was supposed to be AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Baron Corbin. But I don't know if Baron Corbin's injury was storyline or if it was like legit, but I think if it's legit, then he's probably not going to be out for too long, but he can't make this match. But I don't know. I honestly didn't look into it, to be honest with you. But they worked him out of the match with like an injury. They gave that the reason for him to be taken out of the match. And then Daniel Bryan was saying that he could compete if they allowed him to, but he can't. He's no longer able to compete. But then he pretty much nominated Shane McMahon. He asked Shane McMahon if he'll compete, and Shane McMahon is going to compete at Survivor Series. The last time he wrestled a match, I was there. It was when he jumped off a Hell in a Cell at AT&T Stadium at WrestleMania. God, Shane is crazy, man. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I think Team SmackDown is going to win. I think Team SmackDown will win most of their elimination matches. They'll beat Raw 2-1. And I hope so, man. Honestly, ever since the draft, SmackDown's been the better show by far, man. So I'm going to go with Team SmackDown to win that one. And then we've got the money match. The big draw, apparently. I honestly don't know how to really feel about this, to be honest with you. But it's going to be... Oh, my bad. I'm just looking at something real quick. It's going to be Brock Lesnar against Goldberg, the WrestleMania 20 rematch. But we all know what happened at WrestleMania 20 now. I don't know. Maybe if they're setting up for something, because I thought I knew Goldberg was going to come back at some point, but I thought it was going to be to work WrestleMania 33. But no, he's working Survivor Series. Well, I don't have high expectations for this. I'm going to tell you that. I don't. Because I remember WrestleMania 20. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a repeat. I mean, I don't want them to fuck it up again, but I like I said, my expectations are just really low. But honestly, I think Brock Lesnar's gonna win it. I think Brock Lesnar's gonna go over. Even though they're building Goldberg as possibly the man that can conquer the Beast, I don't think he will. I think Brock Lesnar's gonna win. Maybe it sets up for something kind of, because I remember at SummerSlam, people were really hype about Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton, and it pretty much lived below its expectations. It didn't live up to the hype, and then they had that bullshit finish with the TKO. That's the first time I've seen a TKO in WWE. And then Shane McMahon came out trying to check on Randy, but he got an F5. And people were like, okay, maybe that sets up for something. And people were even chanting Goldberg during that match, or during the ending to that shit. So who knows? Maybe this sets up for something else. Maybe at some point, Shane McMahon talks about, he remembers getting F5 by Brock, and then Paul Heyman might say, you trust me, Shane, you can't defeat the Beast. You couldn't even defeat the Undertaker. And then Shane could be like, I'm not gonna be the one to conquer the Beast. Instead, I'm gonna sign the hottest free agent in pro wrestling to SmackDown Live, so he can challenge the Beast later down the line. And then wouldn't it be dope if SmackDown acquires? I hear he's gonna come back in 2017. I hope so. Shit, I miss him. What if they sign the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle? They do that, man. Shit. I mean, even though Kurt Angle's gotten older too, I think he could still put on a decently good match with Brock. I mean, shit. Honestly, I don't think I'd mind seeing Kurt Angle go over on Brock. I mean, he's just about as legit as Brock. I mean, Kurt Angle was an Olympic wrestler, and in his prime, I think Kurt Angle could have done great in MMA. But we'll see about that, man. Yeah, apparently Kurt Angle's still open to a WWE return in 2017, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar on that match, and those are my Survivor Series predictions. Let me know what you think. So like I said, I'm only going to be doing this now for either Big Four pay-per-views or pay-per-views that I go to. And hopefully I can get back to other stuff like reactions, and I can definitely start gaming. Even though it's about 7 months late, I will bring you guys my merch mania at some point. I just need to get all my WrestleMania shit from out of my closets and my bags and stuff, and so that way I can show it off. But yeah. So that's all for this. Like I said, let me know what you think, and subscribe. And as always, peace out. Do you?